So B-Rad and I finally carved some time out in our schedules so that we could work on the 86-300ZX. I call it the B-Rad project. What we thought would be an easy timing component and seal install turned into several instances of us running into problems. We ran into issues with the tensioner pulley, and we also ran into an issue with the crankshaft seal. If you would like to get up to speed, check out the playlist. I'll put a link in the description. But today, we're pretty sure we're going to be able to install the timing belt. Finally. If you remember last time, we did not have the seal to put here, but we have it today, and we're hoping we can put on the timing components and then address the intake manifold. All right, so Brad is taking out the crank bolt. So now we can install the seal. I just position it and then we will have to bang it in. The last time we were installing this seal, we got it crooked, and when we tried to fix it, we messed the seal up. So this time, we're making sure we got it square, and we're gonna use this extension to tap around the edges to make sure it stays level. And it seemed to be working. Yeah, I think that's good, let me see. All right, so the seal is fully seated now, and now we can finally start putting on the timing belt and rotating the engine, seeing if everything's good, hopefully. All right, so with the seal in, and Brad somehow saved the Woodruff key because I do not remember saving it. We can now put the crank gear back on after what, 4 months? Mm. All right, let's see. And I think I got the Woodruff key lined up with the slot. And oh man, what? I'm glad I caught this before I got the gear all the way on, but I have to put the timing belt guide washers back on. This one goes on first, the gear goes on, and then this one goes on. I mean, it's still a tight fit, but it's on now. I'm gonna push it on the rest of the way and then reinstall the crankshaft gear. So we got the plate on, and we're gonna use the crank gear to push it the rest of the way down because it's still a tight fit. And then we can put the timing belt on, I hope. After months, we finally got the crankshaft seal on and the crankshaft gear on, and I think we can put the timing belt on now. I'm gonna think about it, but I think we're at that point. So now I'm gonna check, make sure all the timing marks are still lined up. The one down there is still lined up. But yeah, let's take a quick look. Still lined up. I don't even remember where these were.
Dude, it was a little dot on the inside.
Yep. Oh. Indent. Brad whispered that into my ear like a sweet nothing. It was so weird. Yep, so these are still lined up. I don't know if you can see the dot there, but we'll have to move this a little bit. Yeah, it looks like during all our work we didn't really move anything too much. So now let's go for the timing belt. Yep, so right now we're gonna set this one back to the timing mark. And a lot of times on these engines, because of the valve train, it'll jump and it won't sit where you want it to be. So Brad's gonna pull it back just a little. All right, is it on it? It should be right. Yep. Okay, good.
All right, bang. Yep, it's right on it.
All right, cool. Brad's gonna put the belt on. And the belt does have these white marks. I'll show you when he puts the one on that's closest to us that line up with the timing marks. Not all timing belts have that, but I'm glad this one does. Snaking it around. All right, we got the timing belt mostly on now, and we're checking the timing marks. That is almost on the right spot, but the timing belt is where it should be with that dot. And this one is on the right spot, but it's also slightly to the right, so that's jiving with the other one. And this one is, let's see, slightly to the right would be slightly to the left down here. So we are close. We are close. We got all the timing marks reset. We're gonna try get the timing belt on again. All right, so let's see if the timing marks are still where they need to be. I'm gonna say that's good. I'm gonna say that's good because they're all slightly off in the same direction. And I'm gonna say that's good. We got it on. So Brad is just pushing the timing belt the rest of the way on. Finally, we can rotate the engine and see if everything's kosher. We're gonna go 3 revolutions and make sure all the timing marks stay true. I think we're looking good. All right, so slow down and see if the timing marks, try and line up timing marks. You know what? I think we're looking good, B-Rad. I think we gonna be all right.
Bam.
All right, so they want us to use a .0138 feeler gauge. I have 3 sets of feeler gauges, and none of them have .0138, but 2 of them have .014. And I'm convinced this will work because the difference is .0002 inches. And I don't think it needs to be that precise. If the engine blows up because of this, I'm sorry, but yeah, I think that'll be all right. So slowly turn the crankshaft clockwise till the feeler gauge is between the belt and the tensioner. Tighten the tensioner pulley like a nut, keeping the tensioner steady with the Allen wrench. Slowly turn the crankshaft to remove the feeler gauge. Slowly turn the crankshaft 2 or 3 more revolutions and return the number 1 piston to top dead center. Check the deflection of the timing belt, applying 22 pounds of force midway between the camshaft pulleys. The belt should deflect 0.512 to 0.517 inches, which is 13 to 14.5 millimeters. Readjust the belt if necessary. They're going down to the thousandths of an inch on this deflection. I don't think real engineers or scientists wrote this, because that's like anyway. It's gonna bite it. All right. I think it will more. So I'm holding the tensioner pulley steady with the Allen wrench, and I'm gonna tighten down. Oh, I see why you gotta hold it steady, because it wants to move on. All right, now it says rotate it 2 or 3 more revolutions. Now we take the Allen wrench out and we're gonna rotate it. So we rotated it around till number 1 cylinder was back at top dead center, and I calibrated my finger to 22 pounds, and it has an accelerometer in it that will read distance as well. So that's about 0.512 inches. Yeah, that's about right. So I'm calling it good. We're gonna call it quits for today, but I cannot see if the timing belt guide is on the Woodruff key, so I'm gonna use the camera. And I think it is. We were out of time, but we do have a lot of other parts that are ready to be installed. Brad got all new injectors and the seal kits to match, and he got all new gaskets for the intake manifold. So in the next video, we will be working on injectors and reinstalling the intake manifold. If you'd like to see the work we've done on the 300ZX to this point, and our encounters with an old possum, check out the playlist. If you'd like to follow along, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take care. All right, so we so we got the plate on, and now we can put the cam gear back on. The plate will, we put it on and put the cam gear on. Back on it. All right, here we go. Take two.
Take two. Take two.